There was a time when millions of people controlled what they read online. No algorithm, no doom scroll, no recommended for you, just the sources you chose, delivered in one clean place. And then Google killed it. Not because it failed, not because nobody used it. They shut it down because it didn't fit the future they wanted. In the next 9 minutes, you'll see what Google Reader actually was, why power users loved it like a religion, and the real reason it had to die. Because Google Reader represented something the modern internet was slowly removing: user control. To understand Google Reader, you have to understand RSS. RSS was basically a subscription system for the internet. Instead of visiting 10, 20, or 100 websites every day, those websites would send their newest posts into a feed. And your feed reader collected everything in one place, like an inbox for the entire web. It was simple, efficient, and put you in charge. You followed a blog, you got its updates. You unfollowed it, you didn't. That was the magic of it. You were the curator of your own internet experience, not some faceless piece of code. Google Reader became the center of the internet for a certain kind of person. Journalists, researchers, developers, bloggers, anyone who followed the web closely. If you wanted sources, not vibes, Reader felt like a superpower. Imagine trying to keep up with dozens of niche websites today. You'd have a mess of bookmarks, notifications, and social media feeds. With Reader, you could follow tech news, science journals, design blogs, and your favorite hobby sites, all organized neatly in minutes. It turned the chaos of the web into a calm, manageable stream of information. It was simple enough for beginners, but deep enough for power users. You could organize your subscriptions into folders and tags. It had a lightning-fast search that scoured your entire reading history. There were even keyboard shortcuts that let you fly through hundreds of articles without ever touching your mouse. And because it was Google, it synced perfectly across all your devices. Reader wasn't entertainment. It was infrastructure, as essential and reliable as email, but for the whole internet. Here's the part that sounds unbelievable now. Google Reader didn't decide what you should read. There was no reordering of posts to keep you engaged. No hidden articles because a machine thought you wouldn't like them. No outrage optimization to spike your emotions. If a site posted something new, it appeared at the top of your feed. If it didn't, it didn't. That's it. It gave you a pure, chronological feed controlled entirely by you. It was a tool built on the simple promise that you knew what you wanted to read better than anyone else. While Reader quietly thrived in its corner of the internet, the web's entire business model was changing. Platforms realized it was more profitable to push content to people instead of letting people collect it themselves. And the goal wasn't just to inform you anymore. The goal was to keep you there, scrolling, watching, clicking. Algorithms became the center of everything because algorithms are masters at capturing and holding your attention. Social media feeds, recommendation engines, and infinite scrolls all served this new model. This is where Google Reader's philosophy collided with the future of the web. RSS didn't need an algorithm because RSS wasn't built to trap you. Reader was designed to help you get informed efficiently and then let you move on with your day. It respected your time. But the future of the internet was being built around keeping you scrolling for as long as possible. And Google Reader was creating the kind of user that modern platforms hate. A user who is in control. A user who decides for themselves when they are done. When Google announced the shutdown, the official reason sounded simple enough. They said usage was declining, and they wanted to focus on fewer products as part of a spring cleaning. And to be fair, Google was known for killing off projects, even popular ones. But this felt different. This wasn't just some casual app you opened for fun. For its dedicated users, Reader was a daily tool, used intensely and integrated deeply into their work and lives. The official excuse just didn't quite add up for those who depended on it. When the shutdown finally happened, it wasn't just disappointment, it was genuine panic. Because Reader wasn't just another website. It was a system people had built their entire information lives around. Suddenly, The central hub for their knowledge was gone. A whole ecosystem of alternatives quickly popped up. Services like Feedly, Newsblur, and The Old Reader tried to fill the void. But the damage was done. The trust was broken. RSS stopped feeling like a mainstream, powerful tool and started feeling like a niche hobby for tech enthusiasts. The momentum was lost. In the world after Google Reader, the social feed became the default reading experience for almost everyone. News transformed from something you actively chose to seek out into something you passively encountered between memes and vacation photos. Instead of subscribing directly to creators and publications you trusted, you became dependent on platform algorithms to decide what you saw. And as an audience, we collectively stopped owning our attention. Instead of thousands of independent sites competing on the quality of their content, a handful of massive platforms now control what gets seen and what gets ignored. So here's the simplest way to say it. Google Reader was one of the best products Google ever made, precisely because it respected the user above all else. But the modern internet isn't built on respect. It's built on attention. Reader didn't trap you in an endless scroll. Reader didn't optimize for outrage to keep you clicking. It created something far more dangerous to the attention economy, a calm, organized, user-controlled internet. And that's why it had to die. If a service like Google Reader came back today, would you use it? Let me know in the comments. More mini documentaries like this every week. Thanks for watching.